What if you woke up tomorrow and decided, today I am going to space? But there is one tiny problem. You are not allowed to use a rocket. So now the question becomes, can you reach space using pure human stupidity? Attempt number 1. Jumping really hard. You launch upward with every ounce of power your legs can produce. And congratulations, you have reached the height of a basketball hoop. Space is still about 62 miles above you. So you upgrade to a trampoline. You bounce higher, scream louder, and immediately learn that gravity is not impressed. Attempt number 2. Climb the tallest mountain. Mount Everest gets you higher than airplanes fly, but not even close to space. At this point, breathing already becomes a problem. The air gets thinner, your body gets weaker, and your confidence leaves before you do. So naturally you choose balloons. This actually works better than it should. You rise past houses, trees, birds, and the point where your neighbors can legally help you. Soon the sky gets darker. The ground starts to curve below you, and for one glorious second, you feel like a genius. Then the cold arrives. The atmosphere is not just air, it is protection. Without pressure, oxygen, and warmth, your body starts losing the argument very quickly. Around the edge of near space, exposed fluids can start acting very badly. So unless your balloon chair came with a real pressure suit, this plan ends badly. But let's pretend you somehow survive. Your balloons keep rising until the air gets too thin to lift them. Then one by one, they pop. And now you are not flying to space. You are falling from a terrible height with extra decorations. Attempt number 3. A giant fan. This feels scientific because electricity is involved. The fan turns on, your hair disappears upward, and your shoes leave without you. But fans push air. And the higher you go, the less air there is to push, so your space fan becomes a very expensive leaf blower. Attempt number 4. Build wings. Birds fly, planes fly. So clearly cardboard should work. You sprint, flap, leap, and instantly become a physics demonstration. Wings need air moving over them, and they need control. You have neither. Attempt number 5. A jetpack. Now we are getting closer to rocket territory, but you insist it is technically not a rocket. The jetpack fires. For the first time you are actually gaining serious altitude, but fuel runs out fast. And when it does, the sky turns from dream to elevator shaft. The problem is not just going up. The real trick is staying up. This is where space gets rude. You can technically reach space by going straight up, but if you do not go sideways fast enough, you come right back down. Orbit is not floating. Orbit is falling so fast sideways that Earth curves away beneath you. Low Earth orbit requires around 17,000 miles per hour. That is faster than bullets, faster than jets, and much faster than your trampoline. So now you try the fastest car. The car roars down a giant ramp pointed at the sky. For 2 seconds it looks incredible. Then it remembers it is a car. Cars need roads. Space has none. So you try a cannon. This seems simple. Aim up, light fuse, become astronaut. The cannon fires with unbelievable force. Unfortunately, your body is not a steel cannonball. Too much acceleration would turn the mission into pudding. Even if you survived the launch, the air would fight you the whole way up. At high speed, air becomes less like air and more like a wall. So the faster you go, the more the atmosphere tries to cook you. This is why real spacecraft use heat shields. Your lawn chair did not have one. So what if you used a plane? Planes are amazing, but they still need air. The higher they climb, the less air they have for lift and engines. Eventually the plane is just a fancy falling tube. So you try the most extreme option. A weather balloon with a capsule. Now this can get you extremely high. High enough to see the darkness above and the planet below. But still, you are not orbiting. You are basically on the world's most terrifying elevator. When it ends, gravity collects its passenger. So after all of this, can you reach space without a rocket? Maybe briefly, if you use something that is basically a rocket but pretend it is not. But can you stay in space? Not without orbital speed? Space is not a place you climb to. It is a place you have to fall around perfectly. That is why rockets are not just giant fireworks. They are machines built to fight gravity, air, heat, and speed all at once. Your body cannot do that. Your trampoline cannot do that. and your balloon chair absolutely cannot do that. So the final answer is strange. You might touch space without a rocket, but without rocket-like speed, you are only visiting. Gravity still owns the return ticket. So if someone says they are flying to space without a rocket, ask one question. Are you going up? Or are you going sideways fast enough to never come back down? Because that is the difference between a space mission and the worst falling story ever told. So maybe leave space travel to rockets, and maybe keep the trampoline for basketball. Because the universe is not impressed by confidence, it only respects physics.